Right? Like, subscribe, and share, and hit that alert bell, and leave me a comment. Let's take a minute and just talk about TruGreen Lawn Service and my experience. All right, so here's what has happened, and I think you guys really need to understand and know what has happened with TruGreen Lawn Care Service. So we've been in this house over 2 years now. I hired them the first year to come and do the lawn service. It was like, I don't know, to fertilize, to weed, all of that, the new sod that we had down. And I think it was around $360. So I actually paid the bill up front one time. I didn't want to do monthly installments. I just wanted to pay the bill, get the discount, authorize one time. All right. So, but during the first course of the year, I had nothing but problems with TruGreen, because their problem was everybody that came here said, oh, we're not supposed to do your backyard. And I'm like, wait a minute, I paid for the backyard. How many times do I got to tell you people? How many times do I got to call the corporate office and say, look, I paid for the backyard. Look at the thing. This is how many square feet I paid for. And this is a new house in a new neighborhood. And since they didn't have the lot dimensions, like on the internet or Google Earth, what we did was, with the corporate office, I said, all right, look, my lot is this big, this many square feet, right? Let's say it's 100,000 for reference. Now, my house is 50,000 square feet, so that leaves 50,000 square feet of yard that needs to be chemically treated every year, right? Yeah, makes perfect sense. So that's what I paid for, was the difference in there. But I had a fight with each person that came here. No, it's not on my computer saying to treat your backyard. Oh, it was a nightmare. And so finally, towards the end of the year last year, the first year of service, I got a hold of somebody and said, okay, we have corrected it in there. And it seemed to be corrected. Then about March, I think March or April of this year, so about 5 months ago, I was looking at my credit card statement, and I saw there was a charge to TruGreen for like $60. And I'm like, well, what in the hell is that? Because I wasn't going to use TruGreen again. I was going to somebody else, right? So I pick up the phone, I call the credit card, make sure this is what it is. And then I call TruGreen and say, why did you charge my account $60? And how did you charge my account? How did you get my credit card number? I don't understand any of this. And the lady told me this, and this is important for you guys to understand. She's like, oh, well, we stored your credit card information on file so that we could charge you the next year. And if you didn't get the email from us stating that we were going to charge you, then we automatically do it. And I said, well, wait a second, young lady. The problem is this. I gave you authorization one time for a one-time charge. And when I called Discover Card, they told me that was theft, what you did. That it was illegal, what you did. So her and I went back and forth and blah, blah, blah. And then they wind up going, okay, we're going to give you this next year since we already charged you $60 at a much, much discounted rate, because I raised and never let me in hell with these people. And I'm like, all right, well, it got to the point where, fine, let me pay the bill in full what I owe you. And so it was like another $100 is what we negotiated down to. So $160 for the year compared to $360 the year, because they try to steal money from me. All right, so we negotiated that down. Fine. I went in to open up the TruGreen account, right? Their internet portal. Went in there and deleted my card from it. So boom, done. All right, so they can't access my credit card ever again because I took it out of their web system. And I advise you to do that if you're using any of these companies, because they can just go, oh. So now what has happened, same crap that I've dealt with last year. They come here, they don't treat the backyard. Whether the service technicians are just lazy and they're trying to scam all of us, because they think nobody's home. Nobody will notice I didn't go in the backyard. But then once in a while, somebody will treat in the backyard. Okay? But then you get technicians that don't treat the backyard. So you get technicians that don't treat the backyard, and this has really started to aggravate me. So last week, somebody came to do the treatment. They did the front yard, didn't touch the backyard. You get a text message every time they arrive and every time they leave is what you do, right? And I'm like, okay, so after they left, you get prompted with another text message saying, okay, tell us how we did. So I went on to that link. And let me just stop right here, and I want to point out to you why I think they're hustling me. If you look at that, there's only a 1 minute difference from when they say the guy arrived to when he completed his mission. That guy has to be scamming his own company, not just me. Shitty. If I could, I'd give you 0 stars because your guy, once again, did not treat my backyard that I paid for. Well, I got a message a little bit later from the corporate office or the local office, I don't know, telling me that a service technician for free, it better be for free, would be back at my house yesterday, right? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get it. Maybe you screwed up and just didn't know to do the backyard. Whatever. So yesterday comes, right? I get a notification that the truck has arrived. No truck. Then a couple minutes after the notification that the truck is in front of my house, I get a notification that the free service has been completed. I'm like, what? How in the hell is that even possible? What in the hell is wrong with this company? It's so frustrating. So, a couple minutes later, I get another one of those texts saying, how did we do? Rate us. I go back on and rate them. I would give you a 0 because the guy didn't do anything. The guy did not show up in my front yard. I'm here. I'm looking out the damn window. I got cameras around the house. There's nobody here. He didn't show up. But now you're saying it's been completed, and here is my summary proving that he was here, is what they sent me in the email. You get a summary that says, okay, your guy was here. The time was this, 4:15. The temperature was 94 degrees. The wind was southeast at 14. Blah, blah, blah. Here, bullshit. It didn't happen. Never happened. So, frustration is set in. So I call the corporate office this morning. And I'm like, so I decide I'm just going to call customer service. So I call them directly. I call customer service. And the girl was like, oh, no, it shows that it was done on Monday. I said, you're missing the point. I went through the whole damn scenario with him. Finally, the girl said, well, okay, we will have him out or have somebody out on Monday to do the service that was supposed to be done last Monday. And, of course, there had to be no charge. Like, okay, I can't cancel you because you still got more that you owe me. So they owe me, right? So, okay, I'll let you come next Monday. Hopefully you'll show up. And then, of course, I get a call from the local office telling me the same thing, and explaining to me, oh, he must have went to the wrong address. And I'm like, I don't care if he went to the wrong address or not. He wasn't at my house. Well, he's going to have him come back out Monday. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, well, what else can we do for you? And I'm thinking, so we're going to see Monday if they come out and do the backyard. And then the big issue is the next time it needs to be serviced, are they actually going to do the entire yard or just do the front yard? Because they're half-assing it. So I'm irritated, but I want to share this with you guys who may decide to use True Green Lawn Care Service so that you know what you're getting into. Guys, take care.